C1Music.FM, The Familiar. It is your host for the evening, Aaron Robinson. I am definitely in the building, and I want to give a special shout out today for the person I get to interview. Again, as everybody know, I am a photographer, videographer, a podcaster, music director, video director, all of those things, right? And so when I get the opportunity to meet someone as cool as Queen Mo here, you know, it's a privilege. I want to say I got the opportunity, what is it, like 2 months ago? Maybe a month?
Yeah,
2 months?
like 2 months.
About 2 months ago to meet Mo personally in the studio and got a chance to sign her. So first and foremost, this is my introduction to introduce to you guys the one and only C1 model, Queen Mo. Let's give her a round of applause. You know what I mean? Let's give her a round of applause. All right, Queen. Let's just give yourself an introduction. Let everybody know who you are before we get into this exclusive interview.
Well, I'm Mo, and I'm a model with C1 Photography.
So, Mo, we're going to get into this interview. For y'all out there, I'm going to try not to take it too easy on her. We're going to get her to speak about the hard questions. But before we do all that, let's just get into a quick segment. And I want to ask this question for you, Mo. What was the reason why you started modeling? Like, when did you start and why?
I initially got exposed to it when I was in college, and it was really by accident. It just happened. There was a casting call for a fashion show, and one of my friends who lived on my dorm floor with me showed me, and then I ended up going to the casting and going to the fashion show, and I really enjoyed the experience, so I started pursuing it a little bit more.
Gotcha. So your experience started out as somewhat of being a fashion model or wanting to pursue that fashion.
Right.
Gotcha. So how did that experience go? Like, how did the fashion modeling, did you get picked for the show? Like, tell us what happened out of that casting?
Yeah, I ended up being in the show, and the show really showcased a lot of like local boutiques and supporting local small businesses. And I guess we all know how important that is, especially now. So through that, I modeled for a few different local boutiques, and it's actually pretty local in New Jersey.
Okay.
Near like the New Brunswick area.
Nice. So I want to ask this question because obviously I want the fans to get an opportunity to get to know you personally. What motivates you to be a model?
The creativity, and I think creativity affects so many things in my life and my satisfaction and contentment with life.
Okay.
So I guess I get like an intrinsic gain out of it.
So then what was in your opinion, being that you went out first to do a fashion show and then you kind of converted, I don't know if in that gap time, that's when you met me, but I do want to ask this, what was like the first style of modeling that you liked, that you learned how to do?
The first exposure that I just mentioned, that was like a fashion show. And then the next couple things I did after that were also fashion shows, modeling for different boutiques or like apparel brands.
So would you consider yourself at that point in time a fashion model or a commercial model?
I guess I would consider that more fashion modeling.
So I want to know, are you breaking the rules here? Because usually fashion models are super tall, have a figure that matches their body, so on and so forth. Not to say that you can't do fashion modeling at all. I'm just asking, do you feel like you started off breaking protocol, breaking the status quo?
I guess a little bit. Like when I went to the first casting, I didn't expect to be casted, and I didn't know anything about it. And you're right, like I'm not super tall, so I don't fit the traditional criteria for that. But after I ended up being casted and the experience, I enjoyed it.
Gotcha. So then I have to ask this question, again, and the fans want to know. Tell us about the support that you get from your family in regards to you modeling.
My family isn't too involved with my modeling career.
Gotcha.
But my friends are very supportive. They know a little bit that I do this, or they know a little bit about it. And they're always very supportive of what's coming up for me and just providing encouragement.
Okay, that's what's up. That's dope. Like, just so you have a lot of friends that support you in modeling.
Yeah, I would say all of my friends support me.
Gotcha. So, what do they do actually for support? Like, what do they? Are they giving you encouraging words? Do they come to you like a show that you've done? Do they follow all your images that you post? Like, how do they show support?
So previously, I've invited my friends to like some of the fashion shows, and it's really nice having them there, and knowing like people who are close to me are here. It feels very supportive. Now, I guess like us working together, we do more of like portrait type of modeling, and we've been doing like more outdoor shoots.
So then
I guess my friends can't really come to those, especially given the pandemic. So they usually ask me like how it went. They usually ask me like what we have like planned coming up next. They'd like to see some of the pictures after.
Did you show them any?
Yeah, I have from our shoot.
What's the
so
feedback?
far. They really love them.
Nice. That's good. So if your family is not following you, but you do have a lot of friends that are supporting you, to me, on a personal level, in regards to all of this, what are your personal interests? And also, what like special talents do you have? What abilities or talents do you feel like you possess, rising star model?
Special talents?
Any talents that you have? Any special activities that you do or anything of that
Oh,
sort?
just personally,
Yeah,
not
personally,
related
yeah.
to modeling.
Not related to modeling, just in general.
I like to paint, particularly oil painting. And when I was in college or high school, actually, that was when I started and actually commissioned oil paintings for a little bit before I got busy with later on in college. And that's still a hobby of mine, even though I didn't pursue that as like a career.
That sounds good. That sounds fun. Painting. I never actually did oil painting. You know what I mean? But it's not something that I would say that I wouldn't do. I look at that doing oil painting for me as like something I would go out and do on a date. You know what I mean? Go somewhere and
Oh, like the wine, the paint and wine.
Something like that.
places.
I would definitely think that would be a cool date to do some paint. You know, I don't know what I would paint or whatever the case may be, but that sounds like something I would do in regards to having fun doing it on a date. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I like to paint all kinds of things, but I guess when I commission paintings, people really like portraits, either like portraits like of their family, like a family portrait, or as gifts for a member of their family or friend, self-portraits. People love self-portraits. They love seeing themselves.
Right. I agree. So you actually drew the paintings out and stuff?
Yes.
So you have a talent in drawing?
Yes. I mean, I've always been drawing like before I got into painting.
Okay, I gotta get you to draw me something one day. See some of your work. Nah, that's cool. I think that if you actually, if you did some, maybe we can even get you to sell some of them in our studio, hang some of your pieces up, make some money off of it, you know? That's something we're gonna talk on off air. Talk about off air. So let me ask you this question now. Being that I would consider you I started working with you. I feel like I don't want to say stirred you in the right direction, but I think when I've met you and I said, all right, I want to work with you, and we decided to work together, I kind of put you in the realm of being a portrait model. As you said earlier, I'm doing a little bit of portrait. Maybe I say some commercial, maybe some glamour, but mainly falling under the lines of a portrait model. And what I want to know from you right now is there anybody that you, whether they're famous, non-famous, or whatever the case may be, is there any model that's out there right now that you admire or say, hey, I want a career like that person, or just somebody that inspires you, or that, somebody that you admire as a model?
I guess someone like more locally, I could say.
Okay.
There's a model. I know her, like she went to the same college as me, but now she mainly models in like fashion, portrait, mainly for South Asian like apparel brands and boutiques and like bridal shows.
Okay.
And I just thought like that was really cool, and I love like the work that she does.
All right, cool. And because you admire her, is there anybody else that you follow, or do you follow her as a model, like on Instagram and stuff like that? And if not, who do you follow that is famous?
I guess I do follow her, but someone famous, I'm not sure.
So you don't follow any models out there that you consider like a dope model that
Oh, actually, there is like this one Australian model. I was following her Instagram for a while. I think I
okay.
really liked her page because it's not like just about her modeling. It's like pretty reflective of like her as a person and her personality and like the other things that she does with her life. And I really like that aspect of it.
All right. In that case, who was the first person that you feel like in regards to your modeling career, or it can be anything personally that you've done in any of your talents? Who was your first coach or the first person that kind of pulled you to the side and said, "Hey, I want to train you in doing this to be better than what you are right now"? Who was the first person that you would give credit to in that regards? And it doesn't necessarily have to be modeling. It could be somebody that taught you some work ethics, even on a personal level, in another genre of whether it be sports, whether it be painting, whatever, drawing, or just who in general, what I'm saying, would you be like, that's the first coach that I had that believed in me, that had an impact on my life?
I guess maybe like my art teacher and when I was in high school, and she was the one. That was the first time I did oil painting. She was the one who noticed my work, and if it wasn't for her like pushing me to turn into more serious things, she even pushed me to go to art school. I might not have like actually gone forth to like commission oil paintings and take it and like put my work out in like art exhibits and stuff like that. So she was the one like who said, "Hey, like I think you have an actual talent. We should like use this
Right.
and put work out there."
Okay. So did you guys actually do that?
Yeah, we did, and I had my paintings in like a few different like art exhibits throughout New Jersey during while I was in high school, and then we kind of fell out of touch after. But when I was in, I think that like put me on a path where when I was in college, I also like had a few paintings up at like an art exhibit at a studio. But because it just didn't continue because I wasn't pursuing it as a career, but she like led me to the right path on on the next steps to take what I was doing.
Gotcha. Anybody else you want to give kudos to for molding you and shaping you outside of art? It can be modeling, it could be whatever. Just anybody else who had an impact or influence that could have that kind of shown you love in regards to helping you get to where you are now.
I mean, my parents, um, they've like definitely shaped my work ethic and my motivation growing up and my aspirations for life. And just always working hard and working towards like your goals and a higher purpose.
Gotcha. I have two questions for you. I want you to tell me about two questions, guys. These questions I want to see where we go with this. The first question is, I want you to describe your first photo shoot that you ever did to everyone. Let us know what you wore, what was it for, so on and so forth. And then I want you to describe your first photo shoot with me. So let's go with the first photo shoot you ever did, ever, and then we can elaborate on that, and then we can go into your first photo shoot with me.
My first photo shoot ever. It was with a photographer in New Jersey, and we did like an outdoor shoot. It was like springtime. What I was wearing, it was like a floral dress, and it was supposed to be like a springtime outdoor like nature kind of thing. But like ultimately the purpose was like she wanted to use the photographs to create more like to edit them into like more fine art pieces for like an exhibit she was doing. I'd say like I felt like she did give me some direction, but it also felt a little more free form. She like asked for what I wanted to do too, like
Okay.
my input.
Was it a paid shoot?
Yes.
Okay.
And I felt like compared to like our first shoot, I definitely feel like she could have given me more direction or like better direction on like what like we're trying to achieve as the product.
Okay.
Because I know when we did our first shoot,
So are you going into our first shoot now?
yeah. Because when we,
How did I do? Did I do good on our
yes,
first shoot?
it was great.
All right.
Because our first shoot, like, you gave me a lot of direction. You communicated really well on like what you were looking for and like what you were trying to achieve with like what you were
Images, yeah.
the instructions you were giving me, and you know that like gives you an idea of like what to do to achieve these things, and it just made the whole thing easier. And
Okay.
and just like being able to communicate that well also like made it a really like pleasant and like fun experience.
Well, on the flip side, I think first, thank you for those compliments. On the flip side, I would say you were very easy to work with as well. I think you took instructions well. I think, to be honest with you, a lot of it too is I guess you felt comfortable. I don't know if you felt comfortable because of me and me being able to be more direct with you, or just you were just comfortable. But in my opinion, you felt comfortable. I didn't really have to, you know. I part of when we started doing our first photo shoot together, usually I try to fill the person out. But then the second thing I would say is, I mean, you take great pictures, so I think you're very photogenic. So for anybody's out there who's looking to hire her for a shoot, definitely give us a call. The contact information or our contact information will be in the description. And yeah, she's definitely open to doing some shoots and stuff. Especially since I brought her on a team, and I have the pleasure and opportunity to manage her and her modeling career. But she's an excellent model, and that's why I wanted to get her on for an interview. My next question, though, and I'm hoping that you pick me, but I want to say, what was your best photo shoot that you ever did so far? And tell us about it. What made it the best photo shoot?
The best. Like a
Best.
specific one.
Yes, the one that stood out to you that you was like, yes, these are the best. I won't take offense if you don't pick my photo shoots, but I'm just saying
The
in general.
best in terms of like the end product or the experience?
Both. Let's include both. You could say the best experience. You could say the best photo shoot ever, the best images that came out. Or if you want to categorize them, then you can break them down and say which was the best photo shoot, the best images that came out, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, which ones are you the fondest the most about?
I mean,
Sound like
I'd
it's a
say
hard
in
pass.
terms of experience, or yeah, in terms of the experience and actually shooting, definitely with you. I don't know if I can say a specific shoot, like one of the shoots that we did, but I'd say that was like one of the things that definitely struck me like as like a big factor when we initially started working together.
Okay.
And just continued because, like I just said, like you're just great to work with, and it's easy, and there's good communication of what's being expected, and you know, like criticism or like telling me to adjust or change something, like I don't take that in a bad way. I think that's a good thing. And so when I get that, like, I appreciate that too, because it helps us make the photos better in the end and make our product better.
So-
and then in terms of the photos, definitely one of these shoots, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, the last one we did, I thought, even though that was so like impromptu.
Right. You feel like those were the best ones we did so far?
I mean, there's no they're not at a final product yet, but
Right. You know what's funny? Just a sidebar. Today I sat down. I got here early today, and I sat down and I said, "All right, let me start editing those pictures." Right.
oh,
So I went to the link and opened it up, and it said 117 images. I said, "Oh, I guess I'm not editing these today." Yeah. So I guess you enjoy those images.
yes, I have to look through them, but I just had my exam. So
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So, but you saying one of our shoots were the best images that came out?
definitely, yeah. I like the aesthetic and like the way we shoot.
Gotcha. I'm going to say, guys, I'm going to pick 2 images from one of our shoots, and I'm going to and I'm also going to let her pick 2 images. So we're going to have 4 images all together, and we want everybody to subscribe to the channel, and we'll give an opportunity for one of the fans to win one of those pictures signed by you.
Oh, what? That's really cool.
Yeah, so we get an opportunity for one of the fans. What you got to do to get one of the pictures is you got to leave a comment below and hit the subscribe button. And when you send in your comments, we'll reach out to one of you guys, and give you an opportunity to win a hand signature portrait of yours truly. All right, one more question before we go into break. Is there anybody on social media right now that influences you in preparation for doing photo shoots?
No one specific.
Okay.
I do like to kind of browse Instagram to like find aesthetic that I like. It's like a source of creativity and inspiration for things, but I don't follow like I don't want to limit myself to like the output of like one specific person. So I like to look at a lot of like different things and different people.
All right, cool. Right now we're going to take a break. Got to pay some bills real quick. So let some commercials go through. We'll be back in a few minutes. Holla at your boy. Shout out to Mo. We'll be back. Holla.